Well, let's talk a little bit about COVID and the impact that that has had on businesses. Because the past 2 years have been pretty crazy, and it's been all over the place, just with trying to figure out what's going on with mask mandates and vaccination stuff and opening up and closing down. It's just been complete madness in a lot of parts of the world. So what role do you think that COVID has had just on the workforce in general? I mean, obviously, companies have been using a lot of technology to enable hybrid work. Has it been, from a business perspective, as far as digital transformation, something that has propelled us forward?
I think yes. I think it accelerated a bunch of trends that we were seeing in the workforce. It's obviously had more profound effects on white-collar workers who can work remotely than it has on essential workers. An interesting side effect, of course, is it's really kind of redefined for a lot of companies who is an essential worker. If you went to a chief human resources officer, an executive in 2019 and said, who are the essential workers in your company, you'd be hearing about executive officers and top scientists, not the managers who open the restaurant or the dispatchers who are sending making sure that ambulances get dispatched or garbage gets picked up. I think there is a pretty interesting after effect of COVID as we kind of move from pandemic to endemic status. The companies are really bumping up against now, Jacob, which is at the beginning of COVID, companies said, for all the right reasons and with complete, I believe, commitment and integrity, the well-being of our associates is the absolute non-negotiable imperative of whatever we do.
Do you believe them?
That's a pretty profound statement.
Yeah.
And no one said until COVID's over. and so now, in some ways, the social and psychological contract between a lot of employees and their employers is recast a bit. We can see it now. Does anyone else think it's odd that NHL games and NBA games are sold out, but only about 1/3 of people are going back to their offices? So what we're seeing is people have a completely different set of expectations than they had 3 years ago about what the deal is with their employer and what their employer is responsible for. We can see that in caregiving too. A lot of companies saying, if you want me to come back, you got to figure out what I'm going to do with my toddler.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, that's a completely new conversation.